this is my speech, and I called it Mushrooms and Us. And but I'm going to start with us as human beings. What do we have in common as human beings? We all need to eat, we all need shelter, we all need water. But one big thing that we all need is the planet itself. We are as much reliant on this planet as it is on us. And I think it's our job to kind of undo a lot of the damages that we've inflicted on our own Earth. And some of the things that are causing the problems is our consumption and our waste. We currently consume more and waste more than we can ecologically sustain. And that puts us in kind of a predicament because, we may be fine right now, but in the future, and our kids, our children's children, they're probably not going to have such a nice world to live in, and a nice, not the way we imagined it, really. And so our consumption and our waste is a big problem with what I'm trying to say. And how can we change that? I think there's a couple of things we can do to change that. We can start using our natural resources a little more efficiently by using mushrooms, and they can help us sustain our certain ecosystems that are in dire need of repair. And before I get any further into that, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on mushroom biology. And mushrooms start out with a spore. They all start out with a spore, and they eventually drift with the wind currents until they find a spot on the earth that's suitable for them to grow. And it's usually a moist, dark area where they can get moisture and attach to the earth. Once they do, they start forming knots and start expanding. And then they start colonizing into mycelium. And the mycelium is a network of underground threads that all mushrooms grow from. And then from there, they start tying up in knots and produce little pinheads. The pinheads grow within a day. Then within 2 to 3 days, you get the mushroom fruits. And then after that, the mushrooms open up their caps and expose the gills, and that's where the spores are released from. The spores get released and carried by wind currents into the air, and the process starts all over again. And one of the first major beneficial mushrooms that I wanted to talk about was the turkey tail mushrooms, Trametes verisculum. And one of the things I find most exciting about this mushroom is that it has an anti-cancer polysaccharide, which actually can help fight cancer, certain cancers at certain stages, and just prevent them from growing bigger and even sometimes treat them. And it's one of the best known species in medical research. And I like it because it gives us a natural source of medicine in a way that you can literally go find in the forest and at no cost to you. And one of the ways it's consumed is by making it in a tea, because of its texture. It's really hard to consume in its natural form. But they also make capsules of it, little pill capsules that you can take, and they're really good for you, really nutritious, and they really help to boost your immune system. And another species I wanted to talk about, and this kind of goes with the waste and consumption that I was talking about, is this Pestalia Teopsis microspora. And it's basically a plastic-consuming mushroom. It consumes polyethylene plastics. So basically, given that this can consume plastics, it gives us a natural and more beneficial way to properly dispose of our plastics, because it's non-degradable and we can't really dispose of it, really. And so I thought this one was really interesting because it can survive solely off of plastic. So that's pretty interesting. The next one I wanted to talk about is the oyster mushroom. And this one is really beneficial because it's not only nutritious for us as human beings, but it's also very, I don't know how to put it, it has a lot of qualities, that we can benefit from, that the earth can benefit from as well. Such as the oyster mushroom can help clean up oil spills and contaminated landfills as well. And that's what I like most about this one, is because this is a picture of just the mycelium, and they drop oil on it, and then it just starts consuming it. And the even more interesting thing is once the mushrooms grow and produce the fruit bodies, these mushrooms are completely 100% edible. They completely turn a toxic chemical into an edible fruit. And that to me just says a lot. And not only that, it can restore contaminated land areas. They've used it in the Gulf spills, like around Mexico and stuff. And they've had really good results. They're starting to produce plant life and animal life in these little parts of land where they inoculated it with the mushroom. So, and this one I think was really beneficial to us and the planet as well. And the last one I wanted to talk about is what everyone refers to as the magic mushroom, Psilocybe cubensis. And I think these ones are, these ones have been used in religious ceremonies for thousands of years, and people still practice in them today. And most people, upon using them, they say they have long-lasting effects on the human sight. And most people think that they're really, they're real beneficial because they help get your spirits up, basically. They help kind of with depression and stuff like that. And another cool thing I liked about these ones is that they help with cluster headaches and migraines, and that they have long-lasting effects on that. One dose of psilocybin mushrooms can alleviate cluster headaches and migraines for from 3 to 6 months, depending on the person. And most people say that if they use them spiritually, that they feel that they're changed for the rest of their lives, and it's always for the better in most cases. And then I'd like to talk about my own experiences with mushrooms and where it's got me today. I've been delving into the world of mycology and mushroom study for at least 8 years now, and I've been becoming more and more fascinated with it the deeper I go into it, and it's developed into a deep passion for me. And I feel that the mushrooms have shown me a more direct path in life, and it has changed me forever. And I'll explain why. Spiritually, I feel that it has opened me up to a lot of things that I may have been close to, and I feel a lot more happier with it, and I'm definitely feel like I'm more at one with myself. Another way they have changed me is ecologically. My awareness about the world around me, it seems to be ever growing. I constantly look at what we do and things that are just part of our everyday life, and I know it's hard for us to change, but that's what I'm hoping to influence everyone else to do. And I feel it's our duty to future generations and our children and children's children to restore our planet and make this, a livable space for everybody. And then another thing is medically, I think there's so much that needs to be done in medical research with certain strains of mushrooms, and they're discovering more every day, and the qualities that we can benefit from them, they seem to be ever expanding. The cure for cancer, cure for stomach problems, and immune system enhancement. Those are like things that we can all be benefiting from with just further study and research. And thank you guys for listening to my presentation. I appreciate your time. Thank you.